30 is not unk status. And we back with another video. Sometimes when I edit, I move too slow. But that's okay though, because here I go. Yeah. Hi guys. Welcome back to another YouTube video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Directed by Junie. I make videos about art and I also make art. I was accepted into a photo showcase recently. Give it up. Yes. I met a few people there, made some awesome connections. But the one thing I noticed is that a lot of people, at least that I was meeting, were teenagers in their early 20s, which is completely fine. I told one of them that I was 24, and then they were like, oh my gosh, you're old as f***. Like, you are so old. They didn't say old as f***. What is the perception for like old now? It led me into this very, very long rabbit hole of what unk status is and what achieving unk status looks like. We've all fallen victim. If you're like in your 20s, we've all fallen victim to being called unk at some point. And I think it's really interesting how we've kind of adapted this like language that we don't know is ageism around people who are in their 20s or about to enter their 30s. Like, you notice how like if somebody wants to say that somebody else is old, they'll say like, oh, you're pushing 30, as if they're like on their deathbed. And I'm pretty sure everybody, I'm probably gonna put a picture here, but it was like a picture that said how it feels leaving the 18 through 24 age bracket. And they kind of make you feel like for getting older, even though it's a blessing to still be alive and be able to experience a wider spectrum of emotion, meet all the people that could be your friends long term or your partners long term. We need to stop vilifying getting older, because once you get to be that age, it's like no wonder people have so much anxiety around getting older. It's because they don't see a positive example of getting older. Like when I was in high school, I had examples from like Mac Miller, José Onfroy, Juice WRLD. You know, these are people who were very reckless in their teens and didn't live that long, rest their hearts. I mean, even when I was younger too, like Tyler was on his like Odd Future shit. There's like a bunch of examples that exist within Hollywood or in media that make it harder for us to feel like it's okay to reach a certain age. Like Forbes 30 Under 30, it talks about like these young moguls who have become millionaires. By all means, enjoy being a teenager, but also don't call other people old just because they're older than you. They just have a wider perspective on life that you just don't have yet, and you'll eventually get there. So you wouldn't want somebody calling you unk or saying you're pushing 30 once you get to be that age. You know what I mean? Like, that's why we have so much grief and shame around getting older, because we're always talking about people who are older.
He only likes her because she's old. She's probably like 25.
Actually, like a split in the definition of what unk status is. So like on one side, it can mean like esotericism, where you're the wise older one and now you know how to put the younger ones on game. But then on the other end, it's like you shouldn't be enjoying yourself. You shouldn't be out at parties.
Why are you fucking here, man? You're so old. Where's your wife? Go home to your family, dude.
Like I saw a TikTok where this girl was playing Nokia by Drake, and then she was like, he's pushing 40 and he's still talking about where's the function and going to the club. Like, go home. And people in the comments were like, is he not allowed to enjoy himself? The point of life is to keep finding ways to recenter joy that aligns with you. If that looks like going to the club and letting loose for a couple of hours and then going home, then don't feel ashamed for doing that. Don't feel like you have to change your personality because of what other people have going on. And I just feel like if we keep limiting ourselves to be cool and fun and only interesting and worthwhile while we're in our 20s, we're really setting ourselves up to be depressed for the rest of our lives. Because it's just an endless cycle of you looking back at past versions of you and trying to imitate something that you once were, but you're not anymore. I saw somebody say like they were 21 or 22, and then somebody in the comments was like, damn, you unk status now. I feel like we're actually losing the plot here. I also hear a lot, especially in making life decisions, which I understand to an extent, where they're like, you can really do anything at this age. You're young, you know, you don't have that many things attached to you. But also, you can do anything at any age. I won't say anything. Like, obviously, you can't give birth at a certain age. If you want to switch careers, you can. If you want to move houses, you can. You might have more responsibilities attached to you and it might make it harder, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. I really hope that I live long enough to be able to be that older grandma with like grills in her mouth and a bunch of rings on my fingers from different points in my life, all these experiences I've had, and then tell my grandkids like, yeah, this one's from Rome, this one's from Spain. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to be esoteric aunt. How do you guys feel about getting older? Is it something that like constantly gnaws at you? Is it like something that hovers in the back of your mind, you know? Because for me, 25 kind of feels like he's right behind me, isn't he? That's all I have. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.